So I was just sitting here and I was thinking about the time when I was in 6th grade, elementary, when I put needles, pens, I want to say, like the little tiny pens, the sharp ass pens that you would sew with, like you sew or whatever, you know what I mean? I remember the time that, like, from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock a.m., we would switch classrooms. Like, we as 6th graders would switch with the 5th graders and go next door. The 5th grade teacher, anybody that knows me and knows what school that I went to and knows the guy that I'm talking about, they know how mean and how loud he would get when he would be upset with a student and when he would yell at them. And I had this guy for 2 years and I dreaded it every day. Like, I dreaded going to school. And I was afraid to tell on him. So, like, my mom, because, my mom gets really crazy. So I didn't want to say anything. Well, me being Leslie, being, like, the smart person that I am, I stayed after school one day while this guy embarrassed me. The teacher embarrassed me in front of the entire class by yelling at me. And, like, he made me feel really bad. Like, I felt so bad. But I didn't say anything to anyone. I didn't tell anybody. But he just yelled at me at, like, the chalkboard. He made me do math problems and he yelled in my face. And my mom actually saw him, but she didn't say anything. She was just standing there with that mean look, like, And he just kind of laughed, like, kind of giggled when he seen her, but he didn't say anything. And he was embarrassed because she caught him in the middle of an act of doing that to me. So I stayed after school one day because my mom worked at the school that I went to. She cleaned. So her hours were like 3 to 11. And I decided to stay after and do my schoolwork and help her, So after the teacher had left, he was actually in a good mood that day. So I don't even feel bad. He was in a good mood that day, but he went home, and the next day he came in, he sat his ass on his chair, and I had placed, like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 pens, and they weren't that long, they were probably, like, a little long, but not really, but I put the pens on his seat, so when he sat down, his whole ass cheeks were going to be covered with pens, and I felt bad, though, because I probably shouldn't have did that. I should have been smarter if I was going to do it because he knew it was me. The next day he yelled at me even louder and then he made me cry. So he told me that he knew that I did it. And he said that he's like, I know it was you. I know you put pens on my seat. So I was like, no, I didn't. He's like, yes, you did. You put pens on my seat. I know it was you because you was the only one here. So I was like, fuck, I'm busted, whatever. But you know what, though? Needless to say, he never fucked with me again. After that day, he never fucked with me after that. Like, he left me alone. He was nice to me the rest of that time. But I was so relieved because I'm like, I'm just gonna go about this myself. I'm gonna handle this myself. And I was like, I just need to, like, do this myself. He has to leave me alone. He can't keep doing this to me. He can't keep embarrassing me. He can't keep, like, calling, like, saying things to me and yelling at me in front of the class. Like, this cannot continue, No, these teachers know this. All the other, like, staff members know this, that he's doing this to these little kids. And they're not doing anything about it, And if I was a parent, I would, like, call him out on his shit. If I had a kid that was getting yelled at in class and if I witnessed that, I would feel horrible. Like, I would report him. And none of these teachers did that at the time. So it was really upsetting to me that we had to, like, dread going to school and hate school and suffer through that because the other adults didn't want to report it or even do anything. Like, he should have been terminated for that because he was just so mean, you know? It's like, was not in the military. We're not in the freaking Marine Corps. We're not in the Army. Like, we are little kids in the freaking 5th and 6th grade. So, yeah, I just got even with him. He left me alone after that. Evil child, so I have my way of getting even with certain things, you know, especially in the past when my teachers were mean. So, anyways, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.